Hi, we are Guerilla Academy, better known as Szkola Partyzantow, and this is Light Infantry Challenge Ultimate Guide. So Light Infantry is the hardest tactical competition in Europe. It takes place near city of Gdańsk in a beautiful area called Kaszubia. It's northern Poland, close to the Baltic Sea. And in this video, we're going to try to bring the event closer to you, maybe help you learn something about it. So participants of Light Infantry are teams of two, and everybody competes. It's active duty service members, special forces, civilians, policemen, National Guard. You can meet everybody here, which kind of makes this event great. So this video is quite long. We've divided it into many sections. You have the tactical stages, you have the shooting stages, you have some tips and tricks. Feel free to navigate, scroll, and go back and forth, and then maybe just come back later to this film, because there's a lot of knowledge and each little tactical stage is important, each shooting stage is important, so bear with us. Light infantry is 36 hours long. It tests many skills like shooting, land navigation, logistics, map work, teamwork, overall strength and endurance. It's basically pretty tough stuff. It consists of 30 shooting stages, 6 tactical stages, 1 special stage. The competitors on average trek around 40 to 60 kilometers. Recommended ammo amount for your rifle is 400 and 200 for your pistol. Okay, I just watched our whole video finished and edited, and I decided to add one more little thing, especially for those who don't know anything about Light Infantry Challenge. They don't know why is it called the hardest tactical competition in Europe. So this is the overview. The central part of the competition is the shooting stage, from where you go out into the terrain to navigate and find hidden codes, and then you come back and do the shooting stages, and then go out and do the navigational code finding part again, and then you come back, shoot, go out, navigate, and so on for 36 hours. In the meantime, you will do the kayaks, which are around 4 hours long, sometimes all in the dark through a lake. You will do the tactical stages, you will do the mortar stage. Half of the terrain is hills, densely wooded, some of it it's plains, and you do that with all your gear on. So now let's go into detail to explain each of the 30 shooting stages, and tactical stages, and mortars explained, and kayaks explained. Okay, let's begin. First the shooting stages, then the tactical stages, and then we'll give you a little bit of tips and tricks. Stage 23. If you're getting up here from the kill house, you have to run up the hill. So you come up here tired. You have one guy pulling a kettlebell over here, and the other guy is shooting pistol at a metal target. Once he's here, they switch position over here and shoot again. Easy. Moving target. There is a target moving left and right. You have to hit it precise amount of times with pistol, and you can either do it both, or you can do it once from 2 different positions. Pretty easy, but you need to know how to shoot on the move. I mean, moving targets. Letters. Each team gets a 12-letter word. Ours was Kosmonautica, and the targets are letters in small circles. You have to hit them as many times as the word appears as the letter appears in the word. That's it. Easy for a rifle, short distance. Stage number 2, numbers, also called bow and mask. Your partner wears a mask and has a kettlebell, has to move it. It's a heavy kettlebell for every shot you take, and you have 9 targets with mathematical equations. You have to shoot the exact amount that's the solution of the equation. Also with a rifle, pretty easy. The targets are much bigger if you know how to shoot your rifle. Stage number 3, rooftop. Both of you climb the ladder, pull up the tire, then from lying steel targets on that side. Once you do that, you lower the tire and come down. That's it. Shooting only rifle. This is our 4th stage, the climb. Everybody's favorite, very famous. What you do here, you need to get up top in harness, with pulling security, with belly, shoot targets across the range, just like in the previous stage, the rooftop. And then you fast rope down to the bottom, and the time stops counting once you shoot the target. So the fast rope is just a nice addition. If you bring your own harness, you get extra points. If you choose the harder path, the yellow path, you get extra points. If you do your partner's ballet, the security, you get extra points. So great stage, get ready for it, watch your gear. Stage number 5, the wailing wall. First, the shooter comes through the tires. It's really tight, and as you can see, it's also wet. Comes out down, runs to this wall, and scales the wall, jumps down the other side, and shoots steel targets on the other side of the range. Only one guy is needed to do this. The second guy can help him with the rifle when he is scaling the wall. Once you shoot this, you need to run fast to your next stage. Stage number 6, the hole. One buddy holds this stone. When he holds it, this little hole opens up, and you have to hit targets from around here on the other side of the shooting range. Pretty hard if you don't know how to shoot your rifle. Next up, stage number 7, PK machine gun. You're shooting a PK machine gun at targets way over there. The problem is PK machine guns are designed to shoot a lot of bullets, and you don't have much because only 20. So you have to work the trigger, which is not really easy to work with. At the same time, when you're shooting, your partner is playing with this log. He has to move it around for every target. So it's a combination of strength and trigger work. Next stage is the pendulum. It's actually one of my favorites. There's a big target with 2 lollipop-sized steel plates, and they're hang on a rock, and they turn like this once you shoot it. So you have to shoot it hard, push it with your bullet, and make it spin 360. If you know how to double tap, now is a good time to show that technique. And at the time you're shooting, your partner is holding the tire on extended hands. If he lowers the tire, you're not allowed to shoot. This stage is called the spotter. Metrical shapes, and he has to decode them and tell his partner what to shoot. There's 5 steel plates on a rack really close to each other. They're not big, and he has to shoot them in specific order. Personally, my favorite, I always do good here. This is loophole, very hard stage. You have a Viking, also called 9-hole, but you have only 3 holes. You shoot from 2 meters with your rifle. If your optic is mounted on high mounts, then you probably better skip the stage, especially that for every no shoot or miss you can get negative points. One of very few stages where you can come out on the negative. So think about it or know how to use your rifle. All right, this is Amazonia, this year's new stage. Boris, the organizer, is very proud of this stage. It's full of water. The teams enter over there, have to submerge completely, including their rifle. Come out here, and there's 4 shooting positions marked with white, and they need to shoot a place over there. Not many people finish this stage in time. The way to do it is however you wish. You can undress naked and do it like that. You can do it in full uniform. It's all up to you. All right, this is the tunnel runs, one of the most famous shooting stages at Light Infantry Challenge. You go in, both of you. The first guy has a pistol in his hand. If you don't have a light on your pistol, you don't see shit and you don't shoot shit. There's 5 or 6 steel plates there. Each one you have to shoot 3 times. If you have enough time to find your way through the labyrinth, you emerge over there, and your partner who's carrying a rifle has to shoot steel targets across the shooting ground over there. So this is the long one, and if you're not participating in the heaviest category, this is probably the hardest shoot for you. It's 150 meters. There's small targets on the other side, and you have very limited amount of shots to take. So this year, this branch was introduced. Before, you had to use your partner's shoulder or kind of try to do something about it. It's pretty hard, but if you hit it with maximum points, I advise you to change category to lighter, which is in fact heavier, because that if you are good enough to shoot all the targets here, that means you're good enough to move up to the big boys. Okay, this is air cavalry. It kind of simulates shooting from a movie helicopter. You both take position on this swing and shoot targets down at different distances. Pretty awesome, but you rock back and forth all the time, so it's not that easy. Now this stage is called scaffolding, which is already dismounted, disassembled, but you climb up a scaffolding, both of you. It all moves and shakes, and at specially designated places you need to shoot different targets down at different lengths and distances. So whenever your partner moves down, the platform shakes and it's not really easy to aim. So it's all about coordination, communication, and also you have to be really fast, because to climb up and come down it takes a lot of time. Okay, now this stage is called Verdown. You both rush in because you're probably coming from some other place. You put on gas mask, you get under the barbed wire, one after another with your rifles, and you shoot different targets at medium range and a little bit longer, up to, I guess, 80 meters from crawling position in gas mask underneath this barbed wire while moving across. You're already sweating from different stages, so to roll around in the mud here is a great idea. This is the classical light infantry stage called Charge. You begin sitting down, doors closed, shooting at targets across the stage over there. Then you exit and you take positions at different cars, shooting and basically covering. You have very little time and not that much comfort as far as taking up positions, but beginning and shooting through the window is pretty hard. And then if you have that long gun, you have to know how to move it in tight spaces, otherwise you're gonna get stuck. Learn how to use your long gun in tight spaces. This is the crusade. You have to both walk these crosses and shoot from the wide places with your knee touching this beam at targets over there. I really personally hate this stage. I don't like people who designed it. Fuck you. This is the tempo. It's all gone. You have 5 chairs over there and a lamp. You step on the lamp and it shows you to which chair you should run to. Then you shoot target. It's all about speed, and then you can choose whether you want to do kneeling position or you want to do standing up. Basically, it's up to you how fast you want to be. So when you're tired, you arrive here, you're like, oh my God, why again I have to run? This is a place where the on the move stage is happening. You get on a cart, it rides down, and while sitting down, you have to shoot at 2 targets over there. First the right one, then the left one. You have to be really, really quick to do this, and then you switch and your partner does it all over again, all in 3 minutes. This is the bunker. You both get in there with pistol and the rifle. There's plenty of color-coded targets over there. The judge tells you what color to shoot. You have to find a hole within this little space and shoot through that. After you're done with the rifle targets, you switch to pistol and shoot on both sides of the bunker. If you follow us for a little bit longer, you know 2 years ago we had a little accident here where I got a hot shell stuck between my glasses and my cheekbone, which gave me a pretty nice scar, because I only felt it because I smelled burning skin, and then I had to peel it off and run to the doctors. They did a good job and I continued the competition. Let's move on. This is the kill house. You both enter with pistols only. The time starts now, and you have to hit targets. You don't shoot the photos here. You just shoot little orange thingies, and then you have your partner fouls. Once you're empty, he switches. Then you have doors here that you have to open. More targets, more targets. There is this crazy little thing that kind of shows up here, which is awesome. And then you have to make sure that you find all the targets everywhere. Oh yeah, these are your standard targets. This is the long one, night edition. Both of you take position here. The target is all the way across the range on the other side. You shoot that target. The problem is you need to light it up. You need to see through the smoke, which appears really quickly because it's cold. The smoke from the gun just covers everything. You can use laser, you can use night vision, whatever, up to you. You can bring a huge reflector here, a huge torch to try to see the light, but it's all up to you. So it's a good equipment test, but the shooting is not easy itself as well. Okay, we're back at the stage called Kill House, but this is part of the night shoot. You get shown 6 pictures like this very quickly. The judges are going like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to memorize them. Come back to here with your lights on, find these targets. Make sure you want to kill this guy, not her, because she's good, he's bad, or the other way around. And there's these orange targets here. If you shoot the target here, that means you were aiming at her. You have to find everybody here, and this place is not really easy to navigate. There is a little bit, you know, of a labyrinth here going on, and pretty awesome night stage. You have to use your light. You don't have to be tactical. You're not gonna get any points for using cover. So you can go full sports style, jump in the middle and shoot everybody, and maybe not get any negative points. So this is the night stage, the kill house, pretty awesome. And for the last stage of this breakdown, we go to the main grounds. Okay, this is the breaking contact stage, which happens only for the people who are participating in the light infantry who get to shoot the night stages. So the target is way over there on the wall. You both run back, covering each other. So one runs to his cover and communicates to his partner if he knows how to. You both, and then the other one moves. And you have to hit the targets from each cover at least 3 times. You have to use your light. And well, at the end, it's already over, I don't know, almost 150 meters. At night, it's not that easy. There's smoke from guns everywhere, so it's pretty nice. You don't have to do it super fast. You have 3 minutes. That's a lot of time for this stage, but still. Okay, so this is the final shot of the competition. 500 meters. It's all the way over there. There's wind. You have only 1 minute, only 3 shots, and your spotter can help you, no problem. You arrive here at 6 a.m. after over 35 hours of ass beating around this competition, so everybody's tired. Everybody wants to finish good. If you hit at least once, you're already good. If you don't hit at all, that's okay, because not many people do. If you hit 3 times, that means you're a god and you have eternal fame, or at least till the next year's edition. So this is the 500, the holy grail. Everybody from the heaviest competition in Europe wants to prove that he's a good shooter with his assault rifle. Nobody's bringing your sniper rifles here. This is the same stuff that you're working in downstairs on the short distances. So it's really a hard shot. And congratulate to everybody who did good here. It's amazing atmosphere at 6 in the morning. People gather here. It's beautiful sunset. The cows are all around. Everybody's kind of already chilling out. They came through hell to get here. And this is the hardest shot they want to take. Of course, there is a 400 as well, where we're going to go next. But this is the hardest shot of all. This is the 400 shooting stage, the second hardest in the whole light infantry. Same rules as the 500. You have 1 minute, 3 shots, all the way over there to steel plates. If you score here, you're also a very good shooter. Congratulations. If you didn't score here, well, get better at your rifle, but also better because it's a really, really hard shot. Flogging the horses. It's one of the 3 final morning shooting stages of light infantry. You usually do it right after or right before the 500 and 400 meters stages, and this is meant to break you mentally and physically. This is a final goodbye from the organizers. What you do is you have to run back and forth 20 meters with your partner as fast as you can. The more times you run, the more times you get to shoot the target. The target is at 50 meters, and well, it's pretty gruesome. Good luck with that. Okay, here we are at the end. I hope we didn't miss any shooting stages. This was the breakdown of Light Infantry Challenge shooting stages. I hope we got all 30 of them. You have to remember that each edition they change a little bit, or sometimes they change totally, but this should give you an overall view of how hard the stages are. You have to remember that you shoot them very tired, so it's a little bit different if you shoot them in your pristine conditions where you come all fresh and clean. No, you come here tired, in a hurry, sweaty, with heavy backpack that you have to carry all around. You have limited time because you have 3 minutes per shooting stage and only 2 minutes between the stages, and you have to do 6 stages in a row. So there you go. And then you have the tactical stages, then you have the trekking Navi parts, and then you have carrying the mortars, And of course, you start with 10 kilometers, pretty tough kayak stage. So that was it. I hope you'll come. Of course, there is lighter categories. So they are all consisting of less shooting stages, less navigational points. They don't have the kayak stage. So if you're thinking about it, you can choose any other category and just come and try. Okay, the kayaks. You might think, what the hell do kayaks have anything to do with anything tactical? Well, this competition, this special stage will prove that it does. In fact, it tests many of the skills that you will later use during the competition. It tests your team. This is the first stage of the whole competition. So if you realize that you cannot communicate with your partner while driving that kayak, then you're in trouble, because you're gonna be with him making critical decisions for the next 36 hours. Then you get your hands tired for 4 hours of paddling, maneuvering, steering. And then you're gonna use these hands for shooting for the next 24 hours or 36 hours, whatever. So it's not, it's about logistics. You need to know how to pack those two gear sets, which are about 30 kilos each, in that kayak, and then you have to maneuver it. You have to know how to steer it. You know, it's a pretty cool stage, and if you get wet in the first 5 minutes of this stage, your whole competition later kind of looks a little bit different, right? So tactical stages are something new added in this edition, but it's been talked about previously that this competition is going to introduce more and more tactical knowledge and overall military skills tests. Medical stage is the first tactical stage that we had. It's testing your TCC knowledge. You are playing, you and your partner, in a 10-minute long scenario. You have to fight the fight, react to contact, then treat the received wounds properly and according to TCC rules. So this stage is not going to go well for you if your whole TCC knowledge is how to apply a tourniquet. Sapper stage, divided into two parts. First part, you have to set up a booby trap using a grenade. Any kind of grenade, you will get those provided. Some wire, some clippers. You have to make sure that the booby trap is set up correctly and it's camouflaged. The second part, you have a strip of land, a little road, and you need to find a landmine there and mark it for your friendly forces so they don't drive over it. So artillery correction, you watch a video of drone footage that flies inwards towards the front lines. It sees a car, and then splashes of artillery fire are arriving, and you have to write down and give to the judge the correct MGRS coordinates for the car and for the splashes, and you have about 5 minutes for that. Topography. This tactical stage requires you to watch a drone footage and then determine the position of a sniper that's inland. The sniper is really small, you have limited time, and you have to give the judge MGRS coordinates for the sniper position. Tactical stage called weapon specialist. In this stage, you need to disassemble and assemble back again as many weapons platforms as you can in a limited time. There's an AR, AK, an Uzi, a PK machine gun, an RPG, AT4, and one other rocket launcher that I don't really remember. This is basic stuff. Learn this. In recon, you watch videos of armor, mostly Eastern Bloc, but there was one Leopard there too. And you need to write down what you saw and provide that list to the judge. So you need a notebook and you need some basic knowledge about enemies' vehicles. Okay, Navi part. You would seem that this is, I'm not gonna focus on it much. It's very self-explanatory. There's 30 navigational points hidden around the area, and you have to find them, take a photo of you and your partner, and at the end you come to the judge and you present all the codes that you found, and that will give you points. The terrain is the clue why it's so hard. Once you look at the map or study photos, you maybe understand. Of course, the weather, if it's hot like it was last edition, also will change how you navigate and how far you can get. You have to make it in time for your shooting windows, and then go back out, and then come back in, and go back out and come back in. So it's all about planning. Mortars, I would almost forgot about this very important stage. You receive a brick which is very heavy. It's 30 kilos. You have to carry it to a certain location around 1 kilometer away from the shooting ground. You have to leave it there and then continue on to your Navi part of the competition. Once you're mid-game or towards the end of the competition, you will receive new coordinates, and you will have to plan how to implement those coordinates into your navigational part and bring the mortar back. If you don't do that, you're basically you can't complete the competition. The mortar is very important, and it's also very heavy. Tips and tricks: be early for the enrollment. The ticket sales start in January, and they usually last for 10 to 15 minutes, and then that's it. So the first challenge of this competition is just to get in. Second tip would be read all the documents that you receive from the organizers, study them, make sure you understand everything. Arrive early. Once you come to the competition, don't come straight for the evening briefing. Be a little bit early, take time, rest. The event is pretty hard, so you need to be well rested. Don't don't come last minute. Next tip would be watch the weather right up to the point of starting. This can give you a heads up over what to pack and what not to pack. Once you come to Poland, spend some time here. You're near Gdańsk, where you have a very beautiful old town. There is a World War II museum. In the city of Gdynia, you have a Naval History Museum. There is Hel Peninsula with beautiful beaches on the Baltic Sea and some great World War II fortifications. There is fishing, windsurfing, horse riding, off-road, whatever you want to do. Once you come all the way to Poland, just spend some time. Summer is really beautiful over the Baltic Sea. 3 last tips for this tips and tricks, and I promise you we're gonna be out of here in a minute. Join the online community, research, look for videos on YouTube. Google is doing a pretty good job of translating, so even if it's in Polish, you can probably get a decent captions. On our channel, you'll find at least 3 films talking about preparations for the competition. So check it out, talk to other people. I don't want the foreign competitors to have disadvantage of not being able to talk to others on how to prepare. Another tip would be, this whole competition is not about winning. It's not about being first, second, third. There's so many things that come into play when calculating your score and position. It's not about that. I believe that the competitors should not even get any prizes. And in our category this year, we didn't get any prizes or nothing big, and I think that's cool. There shouldn't be any beef about it. It's about overcoming yourself and basically proving to you how good you can be, how hard you can push yourself. Not about, like, you know, scoring. It's not really a sports event either. Don't worry if you place 10th or 15th or 20th. Just the matter that, I mean, all it matters is you came, you competed, you lived through it, you finished. That's good enough. One last tip is that there's 2 different categories. So if you are feeling that 36 hours of competing is too much, there is a category called Lighter Infantry that lasts for 24 hours. And there's Lightest Infantry that's 12 hours. So if you think about going, maybe your friends are going, and you don't want to start off for 36 hours, maybe you can try the lighter category or lightest, and that's a great idea to get into the big game. So that's it. You made it through this long video, but I hope that's gonna convince you to try to come and compete. Please comment, like, subscribe our YouTube channel. Also, we're very active on Instagram, also on Facebook. Please comment if you would like us to do more videos in English. This was our first English video, so we're very interested if we should be talking to you about Polish shooting community in English. We would love to do so if there is such a need. Thank you, and I hope to see you at Light Infantry next year. Come prepare and come and try to survive.